Okay, so it's been another day. It's currently October 20th. I finally got a chance to come back here. Elephant in the bag, out of the bag. Obviously, we see Brittany's cognitive function is not, it's not 100%, right? But I I'm just kind of beside myself. I've been watching this whole thing from start to finish. She's been completely catatonic, or nearly catatonic. Doesn't really respond to being shaken or touched. To nurses telling us, "Hey, your your stomach's not working. You're not digesting any food." To just now, I mean, obviously you saw her standing up and walking around in the previous video. She's not completely 100% aware. I mean, it might have been a stroke, or it might have been a seizure, or I mean, maybe it's just still, she's still thin and bone, skin and bones at this point. But well, we literally she's been eating like a horse. She's hungry. Not really eating like a horse, but she is hungry. She is eating, and she's eating 3 meals a day, which is more than what we were doing recently. Just trying to focus on her eating more. And I mean, now we literally just had our first, I mean, probably TMI, but we just had our first bowel movement. I mean, I don't know what I'm looking at, but it looked digested. And I know that's kind of weird to even talk about, but I don't know what to say. I mean, she's quite literally on hospice right now as we speak. We have hospice nurses. Actually, one of them has seen these videos, and which was kind of weird. That was very bizarre. Not that she is bizarre for watching, but just that was a moment I'd never expected to see in my life. Someone like, "Oh, hey, I know you guys. You guys are familiar. Oh yeah, you guys do the thing." Weird. So now I'm catching up, but like, she's literally one of our hospice nurses, and my wife is eating and drinking and using the bathroom, and I'm confused. I'm not doubting the Lord's greatness, but I don't. The last week I've been preparing myself for a life without her. And I mean, I'm not disappointed. I want her here. I'm just shocked. And I'm still I'm still cautious, right? Because I mean, it could be tomorrow, and I don't know. Maybe she's not absorbing nearly as much as we need. Maybe she is absorbing food. I don't know. It's been a wild ride. God's got to get the glory. No matter what happens. Whether she continues like this, whether she improves, or whether she doesn't, whether she passes. God's gonna get the glory. It's all Him. He's in charge of this thing. I'll be getting her on video more and more because we need to. I should have been videoing when we were in the hospital, but I wasn't. I've got a few pictures. I'll probably post those. I'll post them at some point. But I also have some Marco Polos that I sent to a few of her friends. Those exist. So those can kind of tell you guys the timeline probably more efficiently than me rambling over this. But Her father is in there. She's reconciled with him. And her grandmother and grandfather are in there, and she's reconciling with them. His ways are not our ways. His ways are not our ways. Anyway, Meyer's out. You guys will be along for the ride, same as usual. All right, that little video was from October 20th, 2022. As I said, this next video is October 22nd. And by this point, we had told her that she was back, and her body and brain was catching up. And one of the things that she realized was that she couldn't read anymore. The first time she tried to look at her cell phone and read a text message, she's like, and tried to type a text message to somebody, she's like, my phone's not working. I was scared, right? Because I didn't know if it was permanent. But it was this cute moment. It was almost this like moment where it was just like, oh baby. And I just wanted to like hold her and love on her, and you know, anyway, but a day later or so, her cognitive ability seemed to be catching up, and told her, hey, you were gone for, you were gone, and everybody said goodbye, and you came back. And she was shocked and immediately made the connection. Is that the reason why I can't read my cell phone? Like, oh gosh. So she immediately started to try to train. She's like, I'm gonna start reading scripture until I get my ability to read back. And that's what this next video is. It's only about a minute long, and it's her trying to read some scripture out of her phone, one of the Psalms, I believe. And anyway, just take a look.
How long will you people turn my glory into shame? How long will you love the delusionals and seek fake gods? Such
Close. It's how long will you love delusions and seek false gods?
How long will you put people into turn people? How long will you people turn my glory into shame? How long will you love God? No, how long will you love the delusions and seek false gods?
There you go. You got it. All right, so this next video takes place in October 24, October 24, 2022. And it's where my wife now sort of has beaten whatever weird odds that were against us, and is now like fully cognitive, organs are all online, everything's working. And something crazy happens, and we'll explain that in the video. I'll let the present me and her talk about it, and you'll see a difference in our faith, in the way that we process our faith, and the way that we handle our faith. And it never created a struggle between us. It was a struggle for me though, just because I wanted to have a faith like hers. I wanted to have a belief that was just as strong as hers, and I just didn't. And I'll pop in. We do another video. It'll be in a literal later episode where I come in and I talk in detail about the results of everything that we experienced. But what she says in this and what we both experienced was true. Not only was it true, but every doctor, person, trained or untrained, medical professional that we approached, they also confirmed it. People who were familiar with her medical case said, yeah, you're 100% right. We need to get scans. We need to get scans now. And well, I'll just let the present me and her tell that story. There we go. Yeah.
Hi guys. What was the last thing we said?
Technically, it's the last thing I said. I caught them up to speed with everything that happened in the hospital. And I think the last thing they might have heard was that your reading and your writing was weak. You weren't really able to do it all that well, but you were improving cognitively, and you were definitely up and moving around. But she knows everything now. Her writing is 100% improved. Her reading has 100% improved. Her weight's going up. And I don't feel a tumor.
We haven't done any scans. We don't have any physical evidence, but the hardness, tightness,
The there-ness of it all.
can no longer be felt. We are going to gain in my strength over the next week or so. Continue to stay on hospice, at which point we will make a further decision about when to make an appointment with MD Anderson to go get follow-up scans and see where the progression of the tumor is, if there's a tumor at all. I don't believe that God would have brought me back from life if He also
Didn't make provision for the rest of that life.
Yeah. I have been believing in complete and total healing, not only of my organs coming back to life as I wake up again, but also my body being rejuvenated and healed completely.
I suck. I've been very focused on her physical health, her needs, her cares, her wants. And it's been harder for me to just believe. I hear it, I feel it. I have my wife back. And that should be easy for me to believe now, but here I am now, even still. It's difficult. But I think faith is walking forward. Faith is an action. So if I can't get my gut and my mind to align, I'm gonna go get some scans. Well, I'll bring her to go get scans. And maybe that's a small faith, maybe that's a minor faith, but I'll take it.
We have a lot to share. And
I told her everything, by the way. I don't know if maybe that's clear, maybe that's not.
we have a lot to share. And it's time for us to start sharing.
So I made a call. We've been focused on running a business for far too long. Doesn't make sense. We've been focused on this thing when our focus should have been elsewhere.
So before we do anything else with the business, we're sharing the story.
We're gonna catch up.
So
Thanks.
here it comes.
I'm sure there'll be more after this, but
Here it comes.
here it comes. Two things. Brittany never posted another video. She was never able to. We posted the bonus episode after 15, and then episode 16 was me. She never got a chance to do all the things that she wanted to do with the videos. And part of that was me. I didn't push her to do it. And part of it was just the situation. We were just in a lot of pain, and we were struggling after this point, and you'll see that for the next 3 months. We were in and out of struggle and pain and tiredness and weakness. So she never posted. She did, however, organize. She organized everything. Everything that wasn't ready to go, was ready. All I had to do was upload it. Which is what I've been doing. So, yeah. And the other thing, I don't know. Brittany believed that she would be healed in this life. Brittany believed that she would believed that she was still going to be around today, 8, 9, 10 months from these videos. Wholeheartedly believed it. And me, I wanted to believe it. I tried to believe it, and sometimes I succeeded. I was able to blind myself to the glaring reality of her body falling apart and just place my heart and hope in God and that He would do something miraculous. And He did. But it wasn't what we expected. And the healing that came, well, we'll talk about all that. We will. I'll talk about all that because I've had 9 months so far to brood on what all of this meant and how does faith work when what you believe fails. I've had a lot of time to think about it. I've had a lot of time to work on it. And unfortunately, I don't get time to talk about it in this video, but you bet your bottom dollar that in these coming few videos, you'll hear all of my thoughts, and all of my ideas, and everything. But yeah, next video and the videos after that, we'll get into it.